Israel's startling warning about the fulfillment of end-time prophecies has provoked global apprehension amid the ongoing Israel-Hamas conflict, which tragically took over 15,000 lives in Gaza. Amid this strife, a new and unexpected challenge has emerged within Israel's borders. Jews across the country have united to reclaim their ancestral homeland and commenced constructing a sacred house of worship. This begs the question, what is the meaning of the proposed Third Temple, and why the drive to build it now? Will the Muslim community permit its construction on the disputed site? Let's examine if you enjoy our content and wish to support us. Please click the subscribe button below. Mount Moriah holds great meaning in the history of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam. It's where Abraham demonstrated unwavering devotion to God. It was also where David purchased a threshing floor, and later his son Solomon built the first temple to honor God on that very spot. Though the first temple was ruined by the Babylonians, the Jewish people rebuilt the temple after being freed from captivity, a testament to their resilience. King Herod then remodeled it into the Second Temple, which was a cherished site for Jewish worshippers. Though the Second Temple ultimately fell, the Jewish community's profound desire to rebuild the temple on Mount Moriah, now called Temple Mount, has endured across millennia as they strive to reclaim their birthright and establish the temple in its rightful place. Israel's stern warning about this matter has caused global disquiet. Let's examine the context behind the temple's restoration and what it signifies. In various religious prophecies, the concept of a third temple symbolizes spiritual rebirth through divine intervention alongside the return of Jesus Christ. However, its proposed location on Temple Mount in Jerusalem clashes with the revered Dome of the Rock. This holy site, claimed by both Jews and Muslims, embodies the complexities of religious coexistence and authority over land. While rebuilding the Third Temple holds profound cultural and spiritual meaning for Orthodox Jews, the contention over Temple Mount has inflamed tensions between Israelis and Palestinians, complicating efforts to reclaim this sacred space. The intricacies extend beyond physical boundaries into the heart of a multifaceted geopolitical dilemma with worldwide repercussions. As some nations don't acknowledge Jerusalem as Israel's capital, complexities around the legitimacy and control of Temple Mount hinder seamless realization of the prophecy. This conflict encapsulates diverging convictions, religious sentiments, and historical claims, highlighting profound spiritual connections people have with this site. The prophesied reconstruction epitomizes reestablishing a vital site integral to the Jewish faith, reviving ancient prophecies and imbuing historical significance. Yet realizing this spiritual vision faces numerous obstacles, with the central challenge stemming from proposed location. This embodies enduring complexity of religious coexistence and authority over coveted territory. The desire to rebuild the Third Temple signifies profound cultural and spiritual meaning, magnifying this prophecy's importance. However, the contention over Temple Mount has intensified tensions, complicating efforts to reclaim this sacred space. The intricacies of this dilemma extend across borders, ideologies, and time itself. The conflict over Temple Mount in Jerusalem has created a sensitive geopolitical climate tangled up in the enduring Israeli-Palestinian dispute. Revered by both Jewish and Muslim communities, this site holds huge religious meaning. Fiercely contesting ownership and control, both view the site as integral to their cultural and religious heritage. This contention transcends land. It personifies centuries-old grievances and profoundly held convictions, amplifying regional tensions. Furthermore, the Third Temple faces considerable challenges due to Muslim individuals on Temple Mount, often dressed in traditional garb, posing barriers to Jewish worshippers seeking access to their sacred space, exacerbating multifaceted religious and political contention. This conflict encompasses identity, faith, and sovereignty. Temple Mount has become a microcosm of the broader Israeli-Palestinian conflict, escalating geopolitical pressures in the region and beyond. Efforts to find resolution founder on profoundly entrenched narratives, hindering mutual understanding and compromise. The implications resound globally, attracting attention from world powers invested in Middle East stability. Amid this complexity, the quest for access to religious sites symbolizes broader struggles for identity and self-determination. The intricate interplay between religious freedoms, territorial claims, and historical grievances persists in shaping this contentious landscape. This underscores the deep divisions and critical need for dialogue and mutual respect to enable peaceful coexistence. To understand Israel's stark warning, let's introduce the epicenter of centuries-long strife, Jerusalem. What makes Jerusalem so significant? With history dating back over 400 years, Jerusalem has endured, though it's been destroyed often, changed hands endlessly, and exists in disputed legal status. Today's walled old city of Jerusalem encompasses hallowed grounds like Church of the Holy Sepulchre, Western Wall, and Al-Aqsa Mosque, the latter two occupying the shared Temple Mount space. For Christians, Church of the Holy Sepulchre, holding Calvary, and the empty tomb holds huge meaning as sites of Jesus' crucifixion and resurrection. Other revered Christian sites include Via Dolorosa, Gethsemane Garden, and Mount of Olives. These render Jerusalem a vital pilgrimage destination, imbuing profound spiritual meaning. Likewise, Judaism deeply reveres Jerusalem, considering Temple Mount the most sacred locale and Western Wall a second temple relic serving as key prayer site. Its link with the first and second temples that were central to Jewish worship is indelibly etched into the religion. Additionally, it's honored as the site of Abraham's unwavering sacrifice of Isaac to God. Islam too greatly venerates Jerusalem, especially the noble sanctuary housing the paramount Dome of the Rock, believed as Muhammad's ascension point to heaven, and Al-Aqsa Mosque. These cherished holy places have long attracted pilgrims and historians. However, the city itself has been a hotbed of political and religious tensions, having witnessed the fluctuations of empires, clashes of civilizations, and constant power struggles. Today, Jerusalem remains at the heart of the contentious Israel-Palestine dispute. Despite international law affirming this land as non-Israeli, Israel has controlled East Jerusalem, incorporating the Old City since the 1967 Six-Day War. Further complexity arose from Israel's razing of the ancient Moroccan quarter to enable Western Wall access, fueling persistent tensions. The challenges for the city's religious communities are complex. The destruction of the first and second temples created a void in Jewish worship that led to the proposal of a third temple successor. Yet actualizing this has proven immensely difficult. What sensational revelation corroborates the Jewish claim to Jerusalem? The exhuming of ancient artifacts beneath Temple Mount has reinvigorated the long-held narrative by providing an absorbing, thought-provoking angle on the site's profound historical and religious gravity. Among the most striking discoveries of this archaeological excavation is that of a Jewish ritual bath known as a mikveh concealed below Al-Aqsa Mosque. This astounding revelation defies accepted wisdom, presenting a compelling contradiction to conventional beliefs about the site's past. The unearthing of a mikveh, intimately linked with Jewish purification rituals under an Islamic structure like Al-Aqsa Mosque, has sparked intense debate among eminent historians and religious scholars. These archaeological revelations represent a seismic shift in our comprehension of Temple Mount's legacy. The mikveh attests to the site's intricate layers of history, transcending time and offering a window into the interlaced narratives of diverse religious traditions. The newly found artifacts boldly challenge preconceived notions that have long shaped Temple Mount perceptions, compelling a thorough reassessment of its multifarious past. This transformative realignment in understanding prompts scholars to revisit and reinterpret the mountain's elaborate history and religious heritage. These discoveries shed exhilarating new light on the interfaith and intercultural dynamics that have unfolded at this sanctified locale, painting a more nuanced picture of the interactions between its various religious communities over time. In particular, unearthing the concealed mikveh below Al-Aqsa acts as a catalyst for reimagining Temple Mount's historical narrative. It defies entrenched beliefs, nurtures deeper appreciation of the site's stratified history, and underscores the complex interplay between diverse religious traditions converging here through the ages. These extraordinary findings serve as a resounding reminder of the richness and diversity embodied within Temple Mount's tapestry transcending time, while offering enthralling insight into the interwoven narratives of its varied faiths. How have Jews demonstrated preparedness for reconstructing the Third Temple? The recent arrival of 5 special red heifers in Israel from Texas has generated tremendous excitement, especially among those who attach profound meaning to Jewish purification rituals linked to building the Third Temple. In Jewish belief, the red heifer plays a vital role in purification ceremonies, notably for Kohanim priests. Jewish law requires these heifers to be wholly red without any blemishes. If they remain flawless, their ashes can be utilized in purification rituals, an essential aspect of the Third Temple's future functioning. The red heifer's significance also stems from its perceived alignment with prophetic texts, foretelling the Third Temple's reconstruction. This convergence between ancient prophecy and the real-life advent of these sacred creatures has amplified anticipation and elation among followers of such prophecies. Their arrival has reinvigorated discourse regarding the Third Temple's imminent construction, highlighting the undertaking's spiritual and religious gravity. It has rekindled fervor among zealots who interpret these events as signaling greater proximity to the actualization of long-held prophecies. The red heifer's passage from Texas to Israel has revived ancient beliefs and prophetic visions, stimulating curiosity and speculation about the Third Temple's impending realization. Their presence signifies a tangible emblem and catalyst for renewed deliberation around fulfilling age-old prophecies profoundly resonating among eager anticipators. Ongoing efforts directed at resurrecting the Third Temple encompass more than just physically rebuilding it, but also reviving integral ancient rituals. Among these initiatives, the resurgence of old ceremonies like the water ritual represents a prominent example. This practice entails symbolic acts of pouring water linked to temple rituals. Attempts at reenacting these archaic rituals denote deep reverence for historical traditions while laying the cultural and spiritual foundation for the temple's reconstruction. Additionally, rediscovering sites like the ancient Pool of Siloam lends precious context during religious events, especially festivals like Sukkot. The Pool of Siloam, an archaeological treasure with immense historical weight, offers insights into past customs and practices around such festivals. Its renewed relevance throughout these commemorative celebrations that invoke historical resonance and spiritual meaning amplifies observance's profundity by underscoring the value of context in modern religious expression. Ultimately, endeavors to rebuild the Third Temple encompass reviving ancient rituals integral to its legacy, not just physically reconstructing it. Rediscovered sites like the Pool of Siloam serve as poignant reminders of the abundant historical richness woven into religious celebrations, infusing rituals with profound connection to the past. These efforts highlight deep veneration for history and tradition, while laying the groundwork for a cultural and spiritual renaissance tied to the longed-for Third Temple's resurrection. The symbolic crux of red heifer purification rituals contains huge meaning in religious convictions, intertwining with messianic Advent expectations in certain traditions rooted in biblical references. Steeped in religious symbolism resonating with ancient texts and prophecies, the red heifer aligns closely with Jewish custom. Its role in purification rituals, as delineated in sacred scripture, underpins its paramount importance in enabling spiritual cleansing and readiness for holy duties, engendering optimism for a transcendent future. The confluence of current happenings, archaeological finds, evolving rituals, and red heifer's arrival coalesces with ancient prophecies, igniting heated debate around Israel's pivotal part in religious visions. For ardent believers, rebuilding the temple signifies the fruition of ancient prophecies, a pivotal juncture en route to biblical unfoldings and human history's looming denouement. According to such prophecies, relative peace and prosperity is expected after the temple's reconstruction before the rise of a new leader, often deemed the Antichrist, who would form alliances with global figures to rally support for erecting the Third Temple. Consequently, those embracing his ideology would eagerly participate in the strenuous challenge of rebuilding it. Academics closely scrutinizing biblical texts proffer interpretations illuminating the Antichrist's emergence as an event profoundly believed to herald the end days' onset. In this apocalyptic scenario, incidents paving the way towards Armageddon's climactic clash between good and evil would transpire, pitting the Antichrist's forces against Jesus Christ's. Though scholarly discourse continues over whether Armageddon denotes a specific place or serves as a metaphor for the battle itself, the essence lies in the conviction that these developments signify the realization of profound biblical prophecies and human history's climax. For many zealots, the temple's reconstruction is of paramount import as it epitomizes these prophecies' fulfillment, representing a pivotal step towards the impending end of days, Antichrist's advent and subsequent chain of events culminating in Armageddon's fated clash, integral components of this prophetic structure. Although varied interpretations and ongoing debates exist, the fundamental weight rests upon the staunch belief that these phenomena mark the actualization of ancient predictions and the establishment of Jesus Christ's reign. To continue your journey with us, we've handpicked 2 videos for you, our latest upload on the left and a recommended video just for you on the right. Your engagement motivates us to keep producing content that you love. We're looking forward to seeing you in our next video. Until then, take care.